What is up, guys, and welcome to Season 3, Episode 2 of the Nexus podcast. I hope everyone is doing well today. Today we are going to talk about all things Eva and the upcoming tournament in Milan very, very soon. It's just about 10 days away now from this podcast. So, without further ado, we're going to do our normal intro. So, how are you doing, Emmy? How are you feeling today?
I'm good. Welcome back to the regular schedule program. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
We're back on the old tube. I'm good. I'm excited for Milan. It's gonna be a great time. I've been testing, been going to locals this past weekend with Kieran. Really cool to see. We had 8 players. We had a potential of getting 10 as well, but like it's awesome to see like new players joining and getting to just play with new people.
Yeah, excellent to hear.
It was
Excellent
good.
to hear.
Don't know if I don't think it's mainly for Eva. I think like some people just naturally are gravitating back to the game
Or cottoning onto it, kind of thing, just liking the look of it. Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
Kieran, what about you? How was your time at locals? Obviously, you went to the same locals. You must be pleased to see more players turning up, for more victims for you to.
There's not really a reason why they just started showing up out of the blue even before Eva, which is fantastic. I mean, some people were people who have never played before. Some people played set 1, got out of the game, and they realized there's actually kind of like a good locals nearby them, which is fantastic. So Play Nation's on the up and up, and I've opened 4 packs these last 2 weeks and pulled 3 SPRs and 1 X rare. So we're eating good.
Damn, he's weighing up the packs. That's no good. Yeah. So as you might have noticed, our valiant Prince Harry is not feeling too well today. However, he is here,
static,
behind the beautiful picture of when he was the champion. How are you doing, Harry? Except for the illness.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Excited, excited for Milan, excited for the pod, excited to see England lose in the semi-finals to Iceland or whoever scrubby team's gonna knock them out. Yeah, an exciting month ahead for sure.
Going there already, wow, brutal. Well,
how about you, Josh?
I'm just about to end the podcast now, actually, because of that. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm real good. I've actually been working pretty diligently with the other judges. We've been trying to get some clarification on some weird rulings with the new stuff. The Tier 0 judge has responded and is going to give us all the rulings. We've just been getting ready, really, to try and up the level of the judging for the European events. It's looking good. I'm really excited to get stuck into head judging and sharking ME to make sure he loses on time, like I did in the online battles.
I mean, this time around, actually, like some Battle Spirit players as judges, which is a huge step up from every other time.
Yeah,
agreed.
Absolutely. I mean, I do like judging, and it's going to be a fun experience to judge in person, and getting a paid trip to Milan's to hang out with the boys when I'm off duty is never a bad thing. So I'm looking forward to hanging out with some good friends and seeing some top level play from you guys and the rest of the community. We are currently sitting at around 70 tickets, which is a fantastic amount. Hopefully we'll get some more trickling in just before the tournament. We're hoping to get around 90.
Yeah, we've seen the Italians love the game. Like the big tournament that you guys have casted had like 65, was it?
Yeah, it was very, very busy.
In person, so...
I mean, if we get 70 people, it's the most attended event this year, full stop already. So we take that.
Oh, absolutely. Sure. We'll take it every day. And it's going to be really exciting to get our first Grand Open champion of the season. Obviously, excluding Harry with his pre-release one. So we'll we'll move on for now. We'll go back to talking about Milan. So, Eva is finally out, or is it? UK is having some issues with stock for all Bandai releases, not just Battle Spirits.
Not if you're Big Orbit, apparently.
Well, is that right? So Big Orbit, are they actually sending stuff out? Are they actually, or
Yeah. They're sending stuff out. I ordered some stuff from them already and got it for Eva.
Oh, well.
They put up the Star Deck singles by the
And
way.
Gen X as well in
Gen
Greece.
X is in. I mean, Greece is fine.
Yeah.
It's just the UK.
Yeah,
Which
well,
it's in.
well, the UK.
I order
the UK
through
has
Total
some.
Cards.
Go on.
Yeah, UK. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I ordered through Total Cards, and they've been super nice with like updating like me with the state, but they still have no clue when I will get my stuff. I think I don't know where he got it from, but Matt got a case. Is it a case?
Yeah.
And he should be getting it by Friday, but yeah, still.
Okay, well,
we're not sure.
I'm pretty sure that's from Jesters actually, which is
Oh, is it?
which is the sponsor of our locals. So hopefully that will mean that the organized play cards will be in as well, so I can start giving those out at the locals, because I'm kind of waiting for that at the moment. I've got a few more packs left of the set 4 stuff, but obviously we're trying to move things forward. So yeah, product release has been a bit slow in the UK, unfortunately, but it is out in Europe, Italy as well. Obviously, Emmy, you picked up a box for the box break. So
Yes, I'm gonna say also, we haven't forgotten. We have a giveaway, and we have the entries from the first episode. So we're gonna do it. Don't worry. And again, to remind you, on the line there is a
Eva starter deck.
new Eva starter deck. So we're gonna figure out. Promise.
Yeah, don't worry about it, guys. We will get those names on a wheel and draw it for you at some point today or at some point soon. So no sweat there. But yeah, no. Hopefully the product does come in this week. Because obviously players need it if they're flying out to Milan. I know Matt is. And obviously you guys are. Don't know how many of the boys are actually going, but I'm pretty sure there's a fair few of us traveling over.
A good amount.
So it's going to be a real fun time, and obviously beautiful time of year to be in Italia. So anyway, so let's talk about the Eva cards, like the main sort of cards from the archetype. We'll just go through them all, and you guys can kind of sort of delve into it and talk about your testing and stuff that you might have done with these cards, or not, for that matter, if you don't really think it's a problem. So we'll start off with 10th Angel Eva 00 Consumed. This is a 10 cost Golem Angel. I guess I can go through the card's text. You may select one of your opponent's Eva 00 spirits to perform Ascend with this card. Wow, that's pretty cool. If you do, the cores from this spirit are placed in your opponent's reserve. Ascend Eva 00 or Angel, and then it's a level 1, 2, and 3 for the 80 field effect, with a level 2 and 3 effect of when this spirit attacks, discard the top 8 cards of your opponent's deck, select one of the cards from among those discarded cards, destroy all of your opponent's spirits that cost the same as this card. So that is a very, 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 very good card. What do you guys think of it? Do you think it's going to see much play in the upcoming tournament?
Is a Hydra with extra steps. Just like other cards feel like existing cards with extra steps, but maybe Harry thinks differently.
It is Hydra with extra steps, but it is more Hydra as well. Like, it isn't too bad. Like, I think we've discussed it in previous podcasts. If it were out now, it would probably see play in Hydra now. And the blue 0 drop is an angel as well, so you can ascend over it. I think what's really interesting about it is that if it does see play, then people might end up siding it to out itself, as you've got this reverse ascend mechanic, which is
It's only
very
for
interesting.
Eva 0s, not the angel tag, so you can't just ascend over an opponent's angel kind of thing.
Oh, you can't reverse ascend over this. Ah, fair
No,
enough.
it has to be an Eva 0 specifically, like on the actual
The
attributes.
type.
But it says
Yeah,
or angel though.
No, but in the condition above, it
Oh, in
says
the
you
condition.
may
Oh,
select.
specifically
yes,
Eva
yes,
0.
yeah, that makes sense.
So it's a substitution ascend.
Okay.
Yeah.
But do people use angels to ascend onto to get to this card? Because you could kind of like hijack that potentially.
Well, in Angels, it's the only way to get out. If you mean the Eva 00 thing, no one really plays those cards. So the cheesy effect's never really gonna proc off. But you're just gonna ascend like normal over an Angel. That's the typical way this deck works. You can cheese it with Labyrinth as well. That's why this card has good synergy with current Hydra. Just chuck this into Hydra, and you've got multiple 2 costs, two symbol ascends now. And yeah, the mill's good as well. It's just a guaranteed mill, like and a pop as well. But no raid mechanic here.
All right, well, interesting. So, do you guys think this will be impactful into the new meta, or do you think it's going to kind of just be
really good? The deck's really good in testing. Like it from testing, if you play it right, you can. Dare I say it? Like it's got a really good Ira matchup. Because this deck, I mean, Ira draws a ton of cards as we know. This deck can mill pretty crazily as well. And the best thing about the deck is how the 1-drop angel card actually has immunity to effects while you have another angel in the field, so your opponent can't target it with like Andromeda or Burning Force or anything like that. An AT field is a built-in mechanic to survive against the Ira board wipe. I mean, this card survives anyway, being a double symbol. So yeah, it's got a good Ira matchup, which is quite important for the meta.
Yeah, and to be fair, it's a fairly decent side boob on the graphic as well, which it's always a thumbs up approval from me.
The expert take. The head judge.
The judge take.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean. But no, I'm just kidding. The card looks really good in reality, and it's just like you say, another ascend target for Hydra, really. And obviously you can use the Labyrinth on it to avoid paying the ascend costs. 6 is quite expensive, obviously, but I think it's still
blue can ramp. Blue has ramp, so
exactly,
it's not the worst thing.
So maybe would you say it's like a 2 of in Hydra, perhaps, just to bolster out your boss monsters, or
that's probably where you try it, probably.
Interesting. Okay. Well, be cool to see if anyone does implement this into their decks. But yeah, let's move on to the next card. We got 5 cards of interest to talk about. Spear of Cassius, Eva 01. This is the 7 cost. It's a level 1/2/3 with 80 field, and a level 2 and 3. When this spirit attacks, you may discard a spirit card to select one of your opponent's spirits, remove 2 cores from it, and place them into their reserve. Finally, there's a level 3 effect where during either attack step, you can refresh this spirit when an Eva 01 spirit is discarded from your hand. Interesting. So I'm assuming this has some kind of synergy with one of the Nexus cards. Maybe you guys can fill in me and the viewers on that.
Well, this is the I mean, our good friend Emmy has some product already, and this is the kind of the tag and arc attribute that the starter deck is based off of. So if you buy the starter deck, it's an Eva 01 themed kind of pile, and this is kind of like your next step up in terms of carrying on that theme.
Yeah. So I mean,
in terms of synergy, it synergizes with itself, right? As in like level 2, 3, and level 3 means that you can discard activate effect, you discard a Neva 1, and then you refresh it, and then you attack again and refresh again. So it's not once per turn.
Oh, so it's something that you can actually just do, because to me it read, I mean, if I'm wrong, that's fine. But to me, it just reads that when you discard a spirit, you're able to restand. It doesn't say discard a
Yeah,
spirit.
yeah, but the
Yeah.
second effect is
The
that you
second
may
effect.
discard a spirit. So then the second effect triggers the third effect.
Yeah, you don't need a setup with another card
you
that
may
allow you
discard a
to
spirit.
discard.
Yeah.
That makes complete sense.
One of the Shinji Nexus, you can discard a card and remove 2 cores. So it essentially does, if I'm not wrong, the same thing that the Shinji Nexus does in Flash. So this is better, essentially, that effect. And essentially says, you can swing as many times as you have Eva 1 in hand and as many times your opponent doesn't have eye shields.
Yeah, interesting.
I will say something. The Eva 01 deck doesn't have as much of a large draw power engine as the typical purple deck does. The Nexus in the structure deck that you do want to play, because it's a Shinji Nexus, it has a limitation that when one of your Eva 01 cards just die, you get to draw a card, but you have to have less than 5 cards in your hand to trigger that effect. So it's like Rotting Swamp with a penalty, but it does trigger any phase, which is the upside. But yeah, it's an infinite attack in theory, but in reality,
is there any way to play this generically in purple? Harry, have you had any thoughts or tests on this kind of card in purple as standard?
Yeah, I'm not sure like this card in particular would be the route. Like this one is quite heavily archetype focused. There are outlets that are a bit more generic, like the 10-drop double damage one. You can use that in just normal purple, or
we will get to
like Rammus Mag.
Yeah, we will get to that one soon.
The Eva 01 sort of Shinji deck is interesting. It does have a lot of different lanes that you can go with it. You can go more aggressive with like this, or the 6-drop double damage, where you are looking to close the game quickly, or you can go in the direction with the board clear double damage ones that you ascend over and do various things. So it will be interesting to see how people interpret it in Milan. It's a question mark.
I'm really excited to see if people go out there and play these new decks and try their luck. What about AT Field, guys? I mean, all of these cards have AT Field. Do you guys think it's actually relevant in the meta?
It's really relevant.
Cool. Well,
because
tell me about your experience of it.
I mean, anything with AT Field doesn't die to the Ira board wipe, and Hydra can't pop it, but you can still select it constantly for Hydra because you have full immunity to spirit destruction effects. Yeah, it's good against the 2 best decks in the format. So. Oh, and also, if you play against Purple Curse will never trigger against AT Field because it's a destruction effect. So.
Wow, so that's very strong.
Or it will trigger, but it won't.
Yeah, it won't do anything. It won't
destroy. Yeah.
Sadly, you have to use the Soul Core in order to give it endless blocks.
Yeah,
and then that would
so
actually
only
remove
one
AT Field. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can only have one spirit at a time with AT Field, unfortunately. But hey, it'd be too good otherwise.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, you can do things like leave it on the spirit with AT Field while you have 2 symbols on the field, so you're covered by Ira, or even if you have just one against the blue matchup, you just select that one. There is, I think there's the smallest drop with AT Field is the purple 3, maybe, or there's also yellow.
Two drops have them as well. The woolly ones, red and green.
Of course.
But if you're playing the Blue Angel deck, you actually have a really cool card. I forgot what Angel it is, but it actually lets you move around your Soul Core. So that's also a really interesting way to kind of explore the dynamic of the AT Field and also just having a Soul Core.
Yeah, that is interesting. All right, well, let's get on to the next card. So the next card is the Spear of Longinus. Is that how you say it? I'm assuming. Eva 13. Yeah. It's an 8-cost 4 reduction purple card. This is a no-level effect. When summoning the spirit from your hand, you may use the symbol of any nerve cards in your trash in addition to the symbol on your field to reduce this cost. And then we've got a level 2 and 3 effect. When this spirit attacks, discard the top 3 cards of your deck, select one of your opponent's spirits for each nerve card among these discarded cards, remove 1 core from each of those spirits and place them into your opponent's trash, which is pretty cool. Especially if you're playing against an aggro deck. That seems like a cool effect. Not too crazy though. And then level 3, when this spirit attacks, when the battle ends, if you have 15 or more nerve cards in your trash, place a core from your opponent's life into their trash. So this looks very, very archetypal. I'm assuming this is another one of the ready-made decks. Emmy's crying, so I'm going to let him explain why the tears.
I just think it's so bad. I don't like it. It's not so bad, but self-mill is just not the way to go. It doesn't have 80 field. Having 15 or more nerve cards, like, good luck. I think this is more of a niche Eva only deck, in my opinion.
It's a
Maybe
shame,
I'm
really,
missing
because
something.
the artwork is really nice on this. Like the sparks and stuff, that looks really cool, and I'm sure the card in person looks awesome. But yeah, no, the effect does seem fairly niche, like you say, and very archetypal.
Too many conditions.
Yeah. What about you, Harry? Do you have any thoughts on this this monstrosity?
Yeah, I think like I would agree that it's not the strongest top end of the set. It is quite interesting. You you have a different direction to the Eva 01, which is more like discarding to gain various effects. This is more like mill and then getting payoff for the mill. The last effect is pretty unfortunate in that the battle does have to end, so this has to survive an attack. It's rare that it will take 2 life, but maybe you swing with it and it's a situation in which they have to just ice shield from burst. You'll still get the extra damage from doing that, so it has a bit of potential, I think, but yeah, I would agree that it isn't the easiest build around. Pretty cool lore-wise though, like father and son duking it out. Pretty sweet.
Yeah, definitely. And like I say, the artwork's very nice, and it's the combination artwork's very cool between the two cards. But yeah, let's move on from this one to new Eva 02A and Eva 8 combination card. This is a red spirit with blue reduction and
Green.
Oh, is it green? Yeah, sorry, green reduction. Excuse me. And this is a level 1, 2, and 3 AT field with level 1, 2, and 3. While this spirit attacks all blocks effect, this spirit gains 3k, which is pretty good considering. And then a level 2 and 3 effect. If you control a Mari Nexus, this spirit gains a green symbol. Very cool as well, like combined symbols. I like that. And then another level 2 and 3 effect. While this spirit attacks, if you control an Asker Nexus, refresh this spirit when it destroys one of your opponent's spirits via comparing BP. So yeah, it's very much like it's basically 2 cards stuck together, really. Well, that's how it reads, at least, and obviously the artwork and the characters. Do you think this card's actually relevant, guys? Or
Very. The Willy deck is really good. This card's really cool as well. It's very reminiscent of the old Gigano playstyle, where it was a very board-centric kind of deck, and that's what the Willy deck kind of is. It's this board-centric confront control kind of style deck. I mean, the Willy Nexus is really, really good. It's one of the best turn ones in the entire game because that Nexus is a 4-cost Nexus with 2 reduction. While it's on the field, if you play a Willy card, it's a red Nexus, but it gains a green symbol, so it lets you just cheese out some crazy tempo swings. This guy's got 4 reduction as well, so goes down to 2. I will say from personal testing, it's a bit rough on relying on having either of the Nexuses. Like this card being a single spirit, it's not that scary. Double symbol is kind of scary, but the Marine Nexuses are kind of maybe the worst ones out of the lot. The Willy deck's quite fun, but I think it's just kind of like a tier 2 kind of fun play style kind of deck. Confronting and refreshing being your main play style is also not the strongest right now. I'm not sure if you've got to test the deck much out, Emmy, from your testing so far.
No, I think I tend to dislike cards that have a lot of if, and this card has a lot of if, and is Nexus reliant. I do like the green red combination and some of the other cards, but I haven't looked too much into it because, to be completely frank, like I don't like I'm testing for Milan, and I think if you're building red and you're not building Ira and you're building red Eva, like I don't think you're doing yourself a favor. But I might be wrong. So I'm definitely it's definitely on my list too.
You're gonna lose to a Willy deck round one now.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%.
Guessing yourself. What do you think,
Yes.
Harry?
It seems pretty decent. Yeah, I mean, as Emmy said, like green red is a good color combination. Like some of the two color combinations we've seen in the set are fairly innocuous. Like I don't know how blue and yellow would fit together normally, for example, but we've seen a lot of green decks, like the more tempo aggressive greens splash into red for either Canyon, Scorch Battlefield, stuff like that to help them out a bit. So you do have that color overlap. I would agree that it isn't the easiest thing to get off just because of, as Emmy said, how many ifs there are, and Kieran said the Mari Nexus isn't that special just to get an extra attack on it, but it's one to keep an eye on for sure. Could be a fun deck to build.
All right.
Very next reliant.
So we're going into our last big card of the set. We're just doing 5 today. This is Eva 01 and Eva 13, the big boy double symbol purple card. Harry, I know this is your personal fave of the 5, and we're going to talk about each of your favorites here. So take it away. You may as well talk about this one first.
Yeah, I think why I like this one and why it reads so well is just that it's the least conditional out of probably all the top ends of the set. Really, it's just a card that you can play. Like it doesn't need a Nexus to do anything. It doesn't need to be in an archetype to do anything. It's just you summon it, you mill 4, you kill something. Its kill effect gets around AT field as well as it's removing the cause from the spirit. So again, very applicable in the current meta. And then sure, you're probably not building it to get the extra damage on the bottom, but at that point you don't really need it. You just summon, kill something, and swing. So it works fine in normal purple decks. It works fine in Ramp Smag as a top end. Like traditionally, Ramp Smag is played Infernal Bacillus as a board clear. This can just replace that potentially by just coming in. You might only need to kill one thing. You get the double damage off. Even its second effect might not be too bad in those situations. You might have random Matin goals, or in purple the extra Dragonaga Assassin or whatever. You just pitch it to draw 2. So I've done a bit of testing with it. I think it's solid. It isn't necessarily like Ira Hydra level. It's a bit more muted than those two, but definitely just a solid card. And if someone's looking to just pick up the set but doesn't want to delve quite into the archetype heavy decks, this is fine. You can just chuck it into a lot of decks.
All right. So yeah, so this being the most sort of generic card, sort of tipped the scale for Harry and being one of his favorites in the set. It looks to me,
Yeah, it's pretty great.
I mean, it reads really well. If purple can more often or not have quite a wide board because of the amount of cards they draw, and it normally goes later game. So it seems a very viable card in the meta, and something that maybe people won't really be thinking about too much. I quite like the filter effect as well. I think that's pretty sweet.
What I like the most is, I guess, 2 things. One, that it has 6 reductions, which in purple it's probably challenging to have them down, but still, like,
not
could
later
come
game,
down
I
for
wouldn't
4.
say. I think it's quite viable with the amount of nexuses that purple generally plays, and they
for sure
they go pretty wide in the end.
And also is a 2 symbol spirit without ascend.
Yeah, that's true.
And
I think a really cute play with this is, say you're in a bit of a pickle and you've got Beldegor in hand. You can block with this, discard Beldegor, and then you'll have a target in drop for
For
your
sure.
4 costs and 5 costs to maybe turn the tide. It's just a
Mm.
little sneaky play there, maybe that might help out. I don't know if there's other play
I
lines.
do hate how no one's recognizing that it doesn't say purple golem, so you can just play this in the blue golem deck that exists already.
I mean, if you're paying 10,
Oh,
then-
Golem.
if you're paying
Oh,
10,
yeah.
then
Just as any golem, mate. Syntheria, you know, Colosseum golem, Stonks rise up. This is a cool card though. It's what Purple wanted after seeing Rixa exist, I think. Rixa is dead. Will always be dead.
Kieran, I want to see you make a Syntheria deck that makes 10 Golem Spirits, and allows you to have a fed.
Honestly, it's pretty easy to get it to 3 symbols if like you build a deck like that. Like it's probably like the easiest 3 symbol we have in the game.
I guess the Colosseum Golem thing as well. That spits them out, doesn't it? I mean, there's plenty of.
Yeah.
I mean, if you built an archetype specifically for the golems, then I think it wouldn't be too bad. But it seems a bit.
I mean,
much effort.
realistically, if you want it, it's a fun deck, right? Like if you wanted to play this a bit more competitively, just because all the Eva 01 well, most of them are golem cards anyway, so just make it keep on theme.
So
I guess the weakness is that it doesn't have AT field, I guess, built in.
Yeah, that's true. So what would you guys say out of the 5 cards is your favorite from the 5? Would you say it's this card, or do you have another preference?
I have a preference. The green X-Rare for Willy is my favorite card in the entire set. The Willy deck itself,
the 6 cost.
Not this one though. You mean
the actual green X-Ray? That's the red one.
Yeah.
It's the I don't think.
We didn't.
No, I sent it to you separately. It's because Willy for me isn't that special, but the actual green X-Rare for me is special. I've tested it in non-Ava decks and it's performed quite well. So I wouldn't really, I really wouldn't. I love that card. It's got an SPR, so maybe I'll try and max
What's the effect on it for people that don't know?
Yeah, it's got it's got AT field at level 1, 2, and 3 off the top of my head, and it's got Swift, 7 cost. I think 7 cost, 3 green reduction and 2 red reduction, so it can go down to super duper cheap. It's got Swift, which we love, with a when summoned effect of exhausting an opponent's spirit. Sorry, when summoned or when attack, exhaust an opponent's spirit, and then if you have a Marine Nexus in play, you get to ramp a core, I believe is what it does. It's insane. It swifts, it has AT field, and when it comes down, it taps a guy down immediately with no requirement, and you pick it. And when it attacks, you also tap down another guy. It's what green literally does. Swift, tap, ramp. Love it.
Very nice. Okay, so, and what about you, Emmy? What's your favorite card? Have we shown it here, or is there another one in the set that an honorable mention, let's say?
I have to pick the Eva 13 pseudo evolution 3rd phase bracketed estimated. Now in parentheses, not bracketed, is the purple card and on cost, the other X rare, the Ascend on Eva 13. And at your star step, at the end of your star step, you remove all cores from all other spirits and nexuses, and you place in their owner's reserve. So it's like continuous board clear every single turn.
That's pretty revolting.
It's nuts. Like, I don't think it's like we're trying to see if like it's playable. Is the card that got the new type of rarity, right? The Eva Saga. And it's just really cool. It's just insane. It doesn't have AT field, so like it can just like die pretty easily. But essentially, if you play it, you're telling your opponent you either remove this card or you can't play any card unless like you play card and then win. So
all right,
yeah, that's
very cool. So in conclusion, the new cards don't seem that impactful, but they seem quite fun. And
very fun.
We got more collab stuff coming in the next set, I believe, as well. I'm not sure if it's specific.
Just artwork.
Just artwork. All right. Well, I mean, hopefully people can make use of this new stuff because we don't want the meta to get too stale. But talking of meta, that's a nice segue into our next part of the podcast. We are going to talk about our predictions for Milan coming up in 10 days. Like I said, what do you guys think is going to happen? Is it going to be a Ira massacre again, like it has been the last few tournaments, or what do you guys think?
Most likely.
It's Ira, man. Like Ira is the best deck in the format.
Yeah, we should ask Harry as a Ira champion.
I mean, has it? Well, I mean, has anything changed really? Has it got harder for Ira to do its job, basically? And the answer,
yes and no.
From my perspective,
Yeah.
it doesn't seem like it's much different, really.
AT Field does make some wacky scenarios where Ira can't just board wipe anymore, but the defending part of that is that all the Ava decks are pretty much very Nexus reliant, and Red has the best Nexus removal in the game. So
What are you
yeah,
what are you
Red go
saying
brew.
about it, Harry? What are you saying?
No, exactly that, to be honest. Yeah, the inclusion of AT Field is relevant. Also, there being more double symbols in general is relevant, as in the pure set 4 meta, it's just each deck has one thing that Ira can't kill. Now there is multiple. Again, even to like use the ramp smag example again, like they can ramp into that 10-drop double symbol, but they would also play their own Iras and stuff like that. So you might see more so, a player having 2 double symbol guys on board, and Ira doesn't appreciate that a lot. But again, as said, these decks are quite Nexus reliant, and they're expensive Nexuses. They aren't cheap Nexuses like the Sanctuaries or Blues' Nexuses, where it's a tempo loss for red to clear them more often than not. Now, if you're paying 5 mana for a Shinji Nexus or something and it gets killed, then that's pretty tempo equivalent. So I think Ira goes into it as like a good, strong deck by default, but it wouldn't surprise me if like Hydra with the new Angel, or again, like just a good ramp smag sort of deck, or one of the other fun decks ends up taking it.
Well, we have a Grand Open this weekend, I believe, Chicago. So that will be the first post Ava event to kind of keep an eye on and see what happens. I've been hearing some stuff across the pond, which will be exciting to see if it plays out. But apparently, Hydra might not be the second best deck. We'll see.
Ooh, well, that's
Spoilers.
that's
But yeah, we
bold.
can definitely learn from our friends over in the US from this weekend. I think personally, going into an event like 70 plus people, hopefully more, like you need to have something that you feel comfortable with playing against Ira or Hydra realistically, and it doesn't completely die from aggro. And if you find that balance good, I think like go for it. Otherwise, just learn how to play Ira and maybe learn how to maybe adapt, work on adapting it on the fact that there's gonna be Ira, and vice versa, or like similarly for Hydra. I think.
What I
I'm
will
sure
say
there's.
is across the pond, just looking, our American brothers, as of 2 days ago, I believe they have got 22 people for the Grand Open.
Ouch.
Yeah, there's store regionals now that I think are attracting like quite a few people. I spoke to a couple of folks that are going to store regionals that are much more in reach. Also, they qualify you for Pro Tour, so like they get the qualifications and they don't need to go to
They've
Grand
also got
Open.
the prizing as well, like all the good stuff, like the
Well,
So yeah.
I think that hasn't worked out ultimately as much, because I think we're seeing so many store regionals only have like 2 people, 4 people, 5 people. There's the occasion with like 18, 19 people, but a lot of them are barely having anyone show up. So it's pretty much a 1-game winner Pro Tour, so winner Grand Open Hydra for some people.
Yeah, I think it's what is lacking there is I like the shift in organized play for this year to give more options to folks that cannot travel for grand opens or like have conflicts and stuff. But definitely they should have, given that they like drastically reduce the prices for players, perhaps like put some budget on marketing and help stores market these things. I think there's
I think
probably not a model for
I
helping
don't
them market,
I don't
but
know. I think Bandai could do. It's hard. I think Bandai can do more when it comes to. I mean, they won't because they're a large Japanese corporate company for TCGs, which that's a whole separate rant I could go on. But really, like, so Bandai isn't doing enough to help stores, but at the same time, when it comes to like a store regional, the store does have some responsibility to promote
100%,
the
yeah. But
awareness of the
ultimately, the
event and
game
stuff.
is your game, right? And LGSs they don't live on Battle Spirits; they live on other big card games. So realistically, if you want to make it work, like I think what they need is someone in the States that, as a role, manages maybe the distribution, and instead of just sending product, it helps with like marketing, like in very easy way, like, hey store, here's a graphic that you can share on your Facebook or X
I mean,
account.
to be fair, like as someone that judges or has judged Battle Spirits in house, Bandai actually have no expenses spared as far as promotional gear that they send in. They send in the double play mats, like lots of them to the big LGSs. They send lots of promos. I mean, even Fanboy where I'm at, they get so many promos still, and there's no player base. Like I was running it until it died out. We were promoting it the best we could, but what it boils down to is the player base. I
Yeah, I
think there's
mean,
only
like,
It comes
also
down to players make a community, right? Like it does
100%.
come down to players to grow. I mean, literally, like Play Nation, Battle Spirits wasn't even being stocked, and it started with just me. I got my group into it. We went every week, started playing, way before the store even had it in the stock. And it's been a journey, over a year and a whatever. We're getting like 8 people still to this day, but we're growing as a community only
yeah,
because
that's really good.
we're keeping at it consistently. If you
I
come
mean,
down to Play Nation,
I tried my hardest. I was giving extra prizing and everything to keep people coming along, but it just fizzled out in the end. And I even tried going to other locals locally, and I was the only person that turned up and stuff. So it's just kind of disheartening, really. However, I did start the online locals, which I haven't played in for a while, but that's if I do get the itch to play a locals for Battle Spirits, at least I know
Yeah,
that I
6
can.
players every week, right?
Yeah, minimum, sometimes 10. We will be doing a free locals, incidentally, on Monday, which it allows proxies, so everyone come and get involved. We'll have like a little sort of boys meet up, and even the Italian community is welcome to come and just play a locals and just do some testing for
Yeah,
fun.
everyone is welcome. We will leave the link to the Discord down below, and you just join, and there's a channel that is called I Want to Play Locals. We've had a few Italians joining actually, so shout out to them. And I mean, I'm Italian, so what the hell am I talking about?
shout out to yourself.
Well,
Yeah,
the only reason I said that is because we're going to Milan, and there's
yeah,
obviously
of
going to be a
course.
lot more Italians than the
Yeah, if you
UK
want a
events and
mini
stuff.
grand open, join locals next week.
Yeah,
There you go.
100%. And you get to have me judging you as well. I'm really looking forward to judging Milan anyway. It's going to be a new experience for me, head judging Battle Spirits in person. I think it's going to be a breeze. I have a great team with me. And
yeah, shout out the team who's
Ray
judging with you.
and Afa. We're going to be doing.
That's a really good team.
We're doing a little trio. We've been working with Ayumu to get the rules all in place and make sure we're all on the same level. Speaking to the Tier 0 judge as well to get some little rulings done here and there. But no, it's all looking good. We're all very, very ready. And yeah, I mean, I just think it's going to go super smooth. I can't see any problems coming up. If you guys do have any concerns about the tournament and stuff, feel free to reach out to me on Discord. I'll do my best to help you out, no matter what it's about. Even if it's tickets and stuff, I can ask someone and try and figure things out for you. But yeah, no, really excited to get to Milan. What about you guys? Are you excited to get out and travel with Battle Spirits again? It's been a little while since we've been abroad together. I'm trying to remember when the last time was.
Wolverhampton, right?
Yeah, but abroad. I mean, Wolverhampton's not exactly very exotic, is it? I mean,
Well,
I guess-
abroad was LA.
Yeah, LA. Yeah, exactly. So no, it's exciting.
It'll be fun, for sure. I'm gonna share my accommodation with Matt, Ayumu, and Oliver, and Ollie. Yeah. And we're testing together.
Stay there until I became a judge. And now I'm staying.
Full disclosure, obviously, we're friends, but none of us is staying with Josh, and it's gonna be like, of course, super professional at the time.
Absolutely. I mean, if anything, I'll be harder on the people I know because
I know that.
I'll expect them to.
So I'm gonna have to play fast.
I'll expect them to know the rules and not slow play their opponents. Yeah.
Go on, Harry. Who are you sharing your accommodation with? Let's do a little show and tell.
I'm sharing it with my best friend who doesn't play Battle Spirits. He just wanted to come to Milan for the holidays.
Nice. So. I mean, that's pretty cool. And you can just sleep in whilst you're playing tournaments, I guess, if it's going to be a good party. What about you, Kieran? Are you going with the lads or?
Only one Play Nation lad's coming, and that's Josh. So me and Josh, we are
Spyro man.
The Spyro himself. We're sharing an accommodation. We used our travel voucher. To be honest with you, we used a portion of it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Which is only a travel voucher. I discovered is literally just a sit on the plane.
Yeah, I had to say like it was pure. It's just pure the plane. So.
Oh, not even your bags or anything like that.
No bags,
Brutal.
no bags. You did not even choosing your own seat, mate.
Going to Milan is like EasyJet. Imagine spending $4,000 on EasyJet.
Maybe you can get a second seat for your bag or something if you instead of like.
That's probably what you do, but thankfully we're only going there for a few days. But yeah, I mean, we're looking forward to coming representing Play Nation and hopefully bring back 2 more top cards.
Ooh, sounds like fighting talk. Well, a lot of good players are going to be playing, and it's all to play for. $2,000, guys. You can get more flight seats.
4.
Is it 4? I thought it was spread between the top 8. Oh, is it?
No, that's Pro Tour.
Oh, that's Pro Tour. Okay, so you get less for Pro Tour.
Pro Tour is 2K for top 8.
Absolutely makes sense that you get to the harder competition and it's a worse prize. Yeah.
World is going to be 1K for top 16.
Yeah, moving on. So we're pretty much there, guys. We are really excited to see you all in Milan. So come say hi, obviously. And yeah, pretty much that's all we've got time for today. Harry, do you have anything to add about Milan? I keep like leaving you by the wayside because it's just a picture of your smiling face.
No, it's all good. I mean, I'm excited for it. It's an important event, I think, just because the Italian scene is so big and they're reluctant to travel generally. But we saw that with the winner case tournament. There was like 60 odd people there. I don't know what the sign-ups are on now. I think
around 70.
It was like 60. Yeah, 70 now. 70, so it's definitely going to be a big event. I'm excited for it, and obviously we're gonna have a mega night out on the Saturday. I'm so hyped. Yes, it's why I'm sick now, is so that I'm in 110% mode for the night out. So we may get some footage of that.
Well, that's good. I read the policies of working for OP as a judge, and it says that you're free to go out and have a good time.
No, you're not invited.
I am the party. All right.
Yeah. I see.
I think what Harry said is true. It'll be very interesting to see if the Italian community is good. Bring it,
Yeah. Show us a good time.
Yeah, there's a few. Yeah, there's Nick, Pax, Alberto. There's a few coming.
Ray,
the other Nick. So Niemer, Nick.
We have the Italian judge as well, Ray.
There's Ray for sure. Yeah.
It's gonna be all the new Italian people who just don't want to travel, can't travel out the country, and it'd be nice seeing a whole new community for the first time.
What do you guys think? Do you guys think you're going to be able to win over all the Italian guys? Let's have some fighting talk. Like,
Hey, top 8's the goal. Top 8's always the goal.
Top 8 is always the goal.
Oh, by the it's because at least in EU we get top cut where every other region doesn't. So, shout out to our TOs.
Yeah, that's true. So there's no top cut in this tournament?
There isn't this one, but not for
yeah.
everywhere else.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Wait, what?
No, he said shout out to our TO.
Shout out to our TO, like shout out.
We have the top cut.
We have top cut.
Oh, right.
In was it in
America doesn't have top car. Australia doesn't have top car.
Oh, right, yeah, just Europeans. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just us, mate.
Well,
we're the best region.
Talking about that, it's not confirmed yet, guys, but there could be a chance to do like a second tournament on the Sunday. So if you guys are interested, let us know in the comments, and I will feed it back to the TO. We are in talks at the moment. We were trying to get, I was trying to get actually the the Summoner Jewels reward kit. Yeah. Unfortunately, it was too short a notice for us to get that. However, OPE have mentioned that there may be more Battle Spirits events in the future. So that's good news for one, spoiler. And if there is, they will apply to have Summoner Jewels as a side event on the second day. So people will get a chance to get their Pentan goodies. But that, unfortunately, like I said, that isn't happening this time. However, there will be side events. There is some existing prizing that I think will be available. And yeah, guys, may as well play, right? If we're all there and you're available. So we'll try and keep you informed on social media about that. But yeah, no, really looking forward to seeing everyone and running an awesome tournament. I'm very excited. So we are done for the day. We're going to do question time on the round now. I am going to take this one. And I am going to ask you three lovely gentlemen, what dish are you most looking forward to eating when you get to Milan? And I'll start off with Kieran.
Okay. So I have been advised, actually, of what to do. So the plan is to have typical pasta on the first night's evening. And then the next time we're going to get some pizza with some ice cream for dessert. I've heard many good things about
gelato.
the Italian gelato. I've heard so many good things. So we are going to be doing
just to interject, like me and my partner's thing is walking around cities and buying ice cream, and Italy is amazing for it. Like I've had great ice cream in Venice, great ice cream in Rome. I've never had Milan ice cream though, so I am looking forward to sampling it.
So nice.
I've had like Milan ice cream in New York, but obviously it's not the real thing.
It's gonna be a very carby weekend.
Oh, 100%. That goes without saying in Italy. What about you, Emmy? What taste of home are you looking forward to?
Yeah, actually, I'm currently booking for Saturday night for pizza, hopefully for 20 people. So Saturday night is pizzata, as we call it. So we all have pizza, and then I'm sure we can find a good gelato place. And on Friday night, I'm actually taking my housemates for Milan in a typical trattoria, and you guys are welcome to join, where they do Lombardy food. So food from the region, which is like risotto, pasta.
I'll join if you go out at like the time Italian people go out, because don't Italians like go out really late at night on weekends? Or is
and north of Italy, not really, but when it's summer, yes, yeah. When it's summer, still also, yeah.
I don't arrive till about 11 o'clock at night. I don't think.
No, yeah, no, forget about that. Like you go like. We're going to sleep at 11, dude.
What?
We have a long day on Saturday. But no, jokes aside, yeah, that, and then Sunday, I'm sure that's so cool if we can do another tournament.
I'm really hoping so. They do have some prizing available. It's not going to be anything special, but I think just having the opportunity to do something on the Sunday, if you're not in Top Cut, will be, kind of fun. Give people a reason to come in. So if you're
traveling to Milan from outside of Italy, I would say try risotto milanese and cotoletta milanese, and then of course a pizza. Like And please don't go to McDonald's, please.
Oh, I'm definitely going to McDonald's.
Just like if you want fast food,
I'm gonna
we
go
have
get a
like
pizza with. I'm
pizza.
gonna get a
Yeah,
Domino's.
they sell pizza
get a
like
Domino's.
by slices. Just don't go to
with
McDonald's.
pineapple.
Yeah, only with pineapples.
Harry, what about you? What's your favorite? What Italian meal are you looking forward to eating in Milan?
Ironically McDonald's. Whenever I go somewhere new, I always have to try the McDonald's.
Yeah, yeah. I'll be right there with you. Big Mac.
You know what's funny? There's like I've been in Italy for like a month, and I would always walk past a McDonald's, and they have this like gourmet burgers that they made in like collab with like a chef.
Don't they do
Michelin star
calzones
chef.
as well in McDonald's? I swear.
I don't know.
But yeah, not a sponsor, guys. I wish it was.
I generally looked because there was the Yu-Gi-Oh collab thing, and then I got in and I saw that. But yeah.
All right, well, there you go. So McDonald's, delicious Italian meals that I've forgotten the name of already, and Kieran has a full meal plan for the weekend. So I myself am a pizza / ice cream fiend, so I'm going to be enjoying both. And yeah, no, just really looking forward to some nice, delicious food. I love the salad in Italy as well. It's always so fresh. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So thank you for checking out our first episode of the season on YouTube, episode number 2. We will be back soon. Maybe we'll do something. We'll do a few little bits and bobs in Italy for the channel. But our next podcast,
yes. I mean, a spoiler, but I'm gonna be going around interviewing folks with a new mic.
Ooh.
That Thor recommended me, so shout out to him. So I'm gonna get interviewed in Milan for sure.
Very, very cool. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So our next episode will be in 2 weeks' time. That will be just after the event. So we will give you a recap and hopefully a winner's sort of parade from one of these guys taking it down. So goodbye from me. Say goodbye, everyone.
Ciao.
See you in the winner's interview.
That you'll be taking, yeah? This is awkward. I'm trying to find the outro screen. No, here it is. See you next time, guys.
See ya.
Bye, guys.